Well, hello again. It's been a minute. I loved this book. And I was so happy about that I bought this book and never read it. I mean, I will read it, but haven't read it yet. I am packing up my books. I am packing up my entire house, actually, because we are moving to a new house in a better location. And so, or moving house, as some would say. And I thought I wanted to document this experience. Took a bunch of pictures of my house today, from the outside, from the inside, to just kind of memorialize how this house looked and where everything was and how it all went. And to get pictures of my bookshelves to see where everything used to be so that I could remember for the next time when I set them up again. And let you know what's going on in my life. I'm beginning the process of packing. I don't have to pack like everything I own very, very carefully because it's an in-town move, so a lot of stuff is just gonna like go in the car. But, you know, these books and of course Blanche will need to be packed in boxes because who knows when I will be getting them out to put them on a shelf again. So I got these heavy-duty boxes because I figure books are heavy, and these are gonna be as full as possible of books, so that's what I'm doing. So I started packing all of the books, and as I was taking down all of the mysteries, so I then got to my shelf full of Murder, She Wrote paperbacks, and I realized I'm almost done with a Murder, She Wrote book right now, and because life is stressful at the moment, I'm probably just going to read another Murder, She Wrote book after that because they're very easy, cozy reads. And I thought, oh, well, I don't want to pack the next one in the series then, so I pulled that one out to keep not packed, and then I wanted to finish the one that I am reading, which is Murder in a Minor Key. And this is another book that I also bought on my Kindle because David was asleep and I wanted to read, and the lighting situation is not ideal. So I've been reading it back and forth. It's fun, it's cozy, it's set in New Orleans, and there's lots of voodoo in it. I want to say I feel like I've learned some things about the voodoo culture reading this book, but that's not necessarily a safe assumption. I might be learning some things that are not correct. It's fun. I'm having a good time reading it. And I wasn't super into the setting when I first started the book, but it was the next book in the series for me. And then I got into it. These books are they're just so pleasant. I don't know why our culture finds comfort in, well, maybe it has to do with like righting a wrong or justice or something, but in murder, reading about murder, but we do. There's a snake involved. I have had some snake-related dreams since I began the journey of reading this book, so I'll be looking forward to those being over with. There's also a gay character in this book, believe it or not. And this was, I don't know, this was written in the 90s, I think, and I won't spoil it, but the path that the gay character's life takes is not surprising. So no spoilers. It's good, it's fine. So I'm going to finish this book so that I can finish packing all of the books. And there's more to say about this move process, but I think I'll just save that for another time because I've talked long enough and I need to read this book. So here I go. I'm going to find out who did it. And if the snakes are... Maybe it was the snakes. Maybe the snakes planned it. I wouldn't put it past Murder, She Wrote to say that, but not the books. The books are serious. All right, so here we are on my iPhone instead of on the camera because things are getting packed away. It's been a minute. I finished Murder in a Minor Key. I want to say I feel like I was immersed in the culture and it was really interesting and really actually one of my favorite Murder, She Wrote books. But like, I don't really know if this writer really knew what they were talking about, so it may not be accurate at all. But it was very cool and it was very fun to read. It's a good time. The next one that I haven't started yet because moving is You Bet Your Life. And I'm assuming this has to do with Vegas. Yeah, it's Vegas. Okay, let me just turn the fan off. Out of respect for you. Okay. So we have closed on both houses. I sold my house. This house where I've done all of these vlogs, this house that I bought in 2017 on my lonesome, just with what I make for a living performing, I sold it. Technically, this house does not belong to me anymore, and we are technically renting it. People who are buying it are using it as like an income property. They're gonna be renting it out. So convincing them to let us rent it for a few extra days after closing was not hard, especially after we told them that the person we were supposed to be buying our house from disappeared for a week. That's a whole story. We had to start all over and look for different houses. But anyway, that person came back into the fold and decided, yes, I do want to sell the house, and that's the house we bought. David is out of town. We got the keys to the new house. I am now moving as many boxes and loose items as I possibly can in my car, going back and forth. I have today, tomorrow, and Saturday to move as much stuff as I can. Sunday, David gets back. And then we have a lot of things that we need to do that day. And then Monday, the movers come. So I'm in crazy moving boxes and random things mode. And I work today, but then I have the next 2 days off. So I'm gonna move stuff, come back, move more stuff, go to work, and then come back and move more stuff. And that's what we're doing. What do you think? I love you so much. Do you wanna have some food? Okay, come on. So the other day, I took Phillip with me to the new house on one of my trips of bringing things. What is this place? Huh? Is this gonna be your new house? New house? Is this your new house? Yeah. I wasn't sure how he was gonna do. We've been kind of worried about introducing him to a new space because I don't know if I've mentioned this, but due to his diabetes, he does have cataracts, and so he's like, we're not really sure, but he's partially blind. He's like, sometimes it seems like he's very blind. So I didn't know if he was gonna like bump into walls or something. We didn't know how he was gonna react. We've been like researching the best way of like introducing him to a new space safely, but I just took him over there the other night and he did fine. And he would explore the whole house just like any dog would and seemed fine. So Phillip did a great job. So now I am here in the attic of my house, my old house, the old house that I never thought I was going to be able to buy in the first place. Went to my friend who had recently become a realtor and said I was interested in getting a house sometime in the next year, but I didn't have any money saved. And he said, well, let's just look and see what the options are. And there was an area that had USDA loans available, which is basically a way for the government to encourage people to buy houses in a specific area that's being developed. And it happened way more quickly than I was expecting it to, and it was only like maybe 6 months from that point. Built this house new, chose the cabinets, the floors, bought this house by myself as a performer with the money that I made performing. And that has always felt like a huge accomplishment. Something I'm very proud of. And there's been a lot of life here. Phillip I had at the apartment before this, but I used to always say to him, because I talked to my dog, that I was gonna buy him a house. And this was it. So, saying goodbye to the house. And I decided to be a little silly and put a little mark on it. I was gonna write like Golden Girls and reading and Halloween, but I kept it simple. So yeah, with that done, I feel like I can leave. All right, we got bookshelves, folks. They are coming together finally. Wow, there's a lot to do. Oh my God. All right, Dorothy, welcome to your new home. Thank you for being a friend. Now, what to read? So it's me. I'm back. You might have noticed there's a big echo in here. This is the new house. It's been hectic. Oh, and a little puppy decided to come and say hello. Hi, Phillip. What are you doing? Are you being cute? That's the boy. That's the boy. Hi. Should I go get your bed so that you can lie down in here? Okay, I'll do that. So the last time I posted was in January, late January, early February 2023. I couldn't tell you what happened, but life is life, and I'm sure you understand. So I'm back. I want to do something kind of crazy on this channel. So I have all of these unfinished vlogs. Some of them from as far back as September 2020. Like during the beginning of like the real dark days of the pandemic. Didn't know what was going on with my career or work, sleeping during the day, being very nocturnal, losing my mind a little bit. And then there's an October 2020, and then there's a couple of vlogs from 2022. So I thought it would be fun for me to go actually finish those vlogs. And I'm gonna have a bunch of really old, but potentially entertaining content interspersed between more current videos. That's what I'm gonna do because it'll make me happy. And then I can put them in the playlist in chronological order for where they actually belong. But you'll know, and I will know, that it took me 4 years. So that's my plan, and that is the update. Just hit myself in the face. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking with me through all these weird gaps. And stay tuned for some weird content. And until next time, I will be here in the relative dark, reading. Goodbye.